Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today we are going to be talking about books. So I'm a big book person. When I say that, I read for like a couple of weeks and then I never touch a book for a couple of months. But when I do read, I love to read. So yeah, I'm going to go through my book collection, and this might take a little while because I do have quite a bit of a book collection. I was going to organise this into the categories of like the series, but I can't be bothered. Just gonna go through my book collection. So the first one, which is right on top, because I am not taking one from the bottom because I'll just collapse, is this book, City of Bones. I've had this since I was in high school, I think. Did I write my name in this? No, I didn't. Most of the time I would write "This book belongs to Natalie Devlin" in all my books. I don't know why I done that, but I done that when I first went to high school. But yeah, City of Bones, Mortal Instruments. And you can get the there's the whole series, but I prefer City of Bones. I don't like the rest of them. But yeah, I have seen the movie. I'm not really that impressed with the movie, but the TV show is amazing, which is called Shadowhunters on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's amazing. This book I have never gotten around to finishing. I almost have, but I think I gave up with it. One of my old best friends got me into this, so thank you to her, because it's amazing. But yeah, I haven't finished it. Most of these books I haven't even finished or even started, but hey. But yeah, I totally recommend City of Bones. And the next one is Conjuring the Infinite. This one I got from my boyfriend. I haven't gotten around to reading it. I've had it for like almost 3 years now. About that. And yeah, I haven't gone around to reading it. I think I read the first page or something and then I gave up with it, which I do with most books. So I can't say if I recommend this book or not because I haven't read it. So yeah, that's a maybe pile because I haven't read it yet, but I do like the kind of books, stories. So the next one I have is Hold Your Tongue. Again, started reading it, gave up. And it is another murder mystery book. What I read of it was pretty good. And like I said, can't really recommend it because I haven't read that much. So, but I think it's pretty gory. But yeah, another murder book, but I can't say if I recommend it or not. So the next one is Stephen King's Pet Sematary. I started reading it. The reason why I gave up with this one was because it's actually pretty a hard read because there's some words in it that I don't understand some of the words in it. So I bought this book after the remake of Pet Sematary came out because I really enjoyed the remake of it. But yeah, that's why I don't really like it. It's because it's kind of a hard read for me. So I don't really recommend this one. But if you're a big fan of Stephen King, then sure. Next one is Lucifer. It is not based off the TV show Lucifer, even though it kind of looks like him, but it's not. I did buy it because I was like, oh, I like the TV show Lucifer. It might be kind of similar. It's kind of similar, but it's not. Like, it doesn't have murders in it, I don't think. Maybe it does, I don't know. This has been one of my most recent books that I bought, and there's a few books in the series. Again, I haven't read it because I have a lot more books to read before this one. But yeah, can't say if I recommend it or not. I did read like one chapter and it was actually okay. I wouldn't say it was like the best that I've read, but you can't really tell by one chapter. So yeah, that's a maybe as well. So the next one I have is one of the Vampire Diaries books. So it has the Fury and the Reunion book in it. So there's 2 books in one. I don't have the other book. This is like the 3rd and 4th book, I think. Yeah, this is volume 2. So I don't have volume 1, so I don't really understand it. But I know from a lot of people that have watched and also read Vampire Diaries that Elena's a lot like Catherine and Catherine's a lot like Elena, so it's like kind of different. And Elena has a brother in the show and a sister in the book. So again, can't really say if I recommend it or not, because I gave up because I didn't really understand the characters. So I need the first 2 volumes to 2 stories to kind of understand what I'm reading. So yeah, can't really say if I do or don't recommend that one. So do I want to keep these? No. I will go through these one by one then. So the next book I got this one for my birthday this year, and it was the new release of Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. It is Edward's like version of Twilight. Again, I haven't read it all. I've got to read quite a bit. Because I'm using like a piece of paper as my bookmark, so I've read almost half. But it's a big read, as you can tell, and it's a lot to do with Edward's thoughts and feelings, and it's like it just goes on and on about it. It's a shame to say that, but sometimes I'm just like, okay, we get it, just move on. Because it takes like a chapter to think about one thing, and it's like, okay. But yeah, I do recommend it, but it is a long read. So yeah, recommend it. The next one, I have read all the whole book, which is New Moon. I did finish this one just before my birthday actually. And New Moon was my least favourite of the series, but I think it's one of my favourites. I don't know why. Just because I hated it for so long and I never really gave it a chance, and then I think it was last year I watched the movie. I was like, that's actually pretty good. And the only reason I don't like it is because Edward wasn't in it that long. So what I was talking about earlier about writing in my books when I first got to high school, I wrote in this one. It's not like anyone would want to steal New Moon, but New Moon belongs to Natalie Devlin 1S1 because I was in 1 Teton 1. So that was in first year. I recommend that one because I have read it all and it's a really good read. So the next one we have is the second book to the You series. So this is the Hidden Bodies one. This is based off season 2. Haven't read it yet. I think I've had it for a wee while. Don't know where I got it. I think I got it offline somewhere. Just because I really like the TV show. But yeah, I haven't even finished book 1. So that's why I haven't started this one. I haven't even finished season 2 yet on Netflix. I kind of got bored of it. So yeah, I don't know if I recommend this one or not. But yeah. The next one is kind of damaged because I've had it for a wee while, which is Breaking Dawn. I lost the sleeve to this years ago. I didn't write in this one. Yeah. So yeah, Breaking Dawn is a big read as well. It has 2 different point of views. It has Bella's point of view and then Jacob's point of view. So yeah, Breaking Dawn part 1 and 2 is in this because for a movie they had to split it, obviously. So yeah, you get everything that happened in Breaking Dawn in this book. I'd say it's my least favourite. It's just like, it's a big read and I kind of bypass Jacob's point of view because I do not like Jacob. So I do skip quite a bit and then go into the second half. But yeah, I do recommend this, but it is a long read. read, and I don't really like reading the same thing for too long. So yeah, recommend though, recommend. So the next thing is Eclipse. Yeah, Eclipse. It's one of the special edition ones with the covers. I really want all these editions because it kind of keeps them a lot cleaner and safer. So Eclipse at one time was my favourite movie and book for years and years, but I think it was my favourite for that long. I kind of got bored of it because I would kind of skip the rest of the movies and just watch Eclipse, and I'm now like not really a big fan of Eclipse now, but yeah. Still recommend the book. Again, as you can see, it'll be a long read as well. And I was reading it. I was like halfway through. I was trying to get through all the books before Midnight Sun arrived, but it did not happen because I gave up. But yeah, really recommend that book. Again, because it's Twilight, so. So the next one I have is called The Ninth Life of Louis Drax. So this one is about a mother that has it's the attention like disorder. I forgot what it was called. And she does a lot of things like that would harm her baby and stuff, so that they'd have to take the baby into the hospital, and she'd get a lot of attention from family and friends. And then one doctor who is played by, it's a movie as well, the doctor is played by Jamie Dornan, who played Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. He was the doctor, and he kind of realised, okay, there's something going on here. So yeah, I watched the movie first and then I got the book, and it is a good read. I haven't read it for a few years though, but I do recommend the book and the movie. So I have the first and second book of the series, and it is Riverdale series. So this book is Get Out of Town. I think this is when Archie is framed by Hiram Lodge. If you watch the series, you'll know that Archie did get like arrested and stuff like that, and into juvenile prison and stuff. So that book is based on that story in the series. I haven't read it yet, so yeah, but it's Riverdale, so I'd probably say yes, recommend. So yeah, so the next one I have is kind of like the book's just falling apart almost, and it is the Richard Castle collection from TV show Castle. A lot of people haven't watched Castle, I'd say, but if you have, you'll know Richard Castle's an author, and these are the books that are in the show. So it's not based off the show, it's his books from the show. So this is Raging Heat. I did have the rest of the collection, but I think I binned them. And this was at my boyfriend's when he stayed at his mum's. So yeah, that's why I should have got this one. It's just been sitting there. But yeah, I didn't really read them, so I don't really know if I recommend them, because it was kind of a hard read. Not a hard read, just it was okay. I think I was kind of like bored of it or something, because I was trying to picture like Castle and Beckett, who are the main people in the show, as them, and I just couldn't. So this is the first Riverdale novel. This is the one about what's his name? Jason Blossom, about his death in season 1. So yeah, I started reading it again. I didn't really get very far. Got to page 16. So yeah. But again, I probably wouldn't recommend this, because I mean these came out after the TV show, so these are kind of based on the TV show. Oh yeah. The next one I have is New Moon Again. The reason why I have 2 copies is this is the movie cover edition copy. And I got this, I think I got it from a charity shop just because I really wanted the movie cover. But yeah, the spine's kind of like done. But again, I would recommend that because at the end of the day it's just new moon again. So the next one is the first book of You. Recommend it. It is pretty detailed, so maybe over 18s, I don't know. It is pretty detailed, but hey. It is based off the TV show, and if you've seen the TV show, you'd understand why. It is the book, so there's a lot more detail in books, so yeah. Judge it for yourself, but yes. I do recommend this book. It is a good read. The next book I have is quite a big book, but all the books in the trilogy is in this, and it is the Lost Clan trilogy. I haven't read it. I really like the look of the story, like the blurb, so I will get around to reading this sometime. I don't know when, but yeah, it looks really interesting, and yeah, can't wait to read it. Like, so obviously I can't say if I recommend it or not, so that's like a maybe pile again. The next one I got at the same time as The Lost Clan. I got Twice Bitten New Moon series. It is about werewolves. I think that was pretty obvious, but hey. So yeah. Again, I haven't read it. I like the look of the blurb, so I was like, yeah, let's get it. So that is the maybe pile for recommendation. And then the last two books is the same book, which is After We Collided. I have the first After through my bedroom because it is a series, a book series. So I am reading the first After again. But the reason I have two copies is one, this one was my friend's copy. She got the full series, and I kind of ruined it by putting like a cup on it, so I had to get a new one. And then this one is my copy of the movie cover one that came out this year, and yeah, totally recommend it. These books are really easy to read. Like a really easy read. It doesn't take too long because the chapters are literally like a page or two. So to me, I like to read a chapter before I go to bed if it's a long book, like 30 pages per chapter. But with these, I read about 10, so you can read it quicker. But yeah, really recommend. But again, it's pretty graphic, like graphic detail. If you've seen After We Collided, the first After isn't that bad, the movie, but the book is a lot of detail in it. But yeah, again, probably recommend to an older age stage. So yeah, and that's all my books. But the two series that I totally recommend reading is the Twilight series and the After series. But yeah, that's my book collection and that's my recommendations, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and a notification bell whenever so you get notified whenever I upload, which is a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. So yeah, hope you guys stick around. I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.